Phear. We are here with the band Phear. Nobody knows that we had to do that twice. It's not because I screwed it up.
Oh, we know.
We got Patrick and Chris. How are you?
Thanks for having us.
Bosch is you're better known, I guess.
Bosch is good, yeah.
So let's go back to, because I had to think about this on my drive here, which is a long drive from California. I heard about Phear through Basha, right?
Yes.
Jack, who did a song called Heaven.
Exactly correct.
I was doing radio for MaxSync Radio, and the best part of the song, it was a great song.
Thank you.
But it was 8.5 minutes long. So you could, as a radio guy, you could go get a drink while the song was playing.
Our live
It's a washroom song, so you can actually go to the washroom.
The live version is even longer.
But that's how I found out about you guys. And I'm kind of a sucker for ballads. It's kind of a ballady song. And then we connected, and I think Reagan's Dream. Do I get that right?
Yeah, Reagan's Dream.
Okay,
Absolutely.
it was the next one we played as a song on the radio. And then
Not a ballad.
not a ballad, no. and then we
not.
just started chatting, and I think we did an interview back then, and we've done a few since.
Yes.
But so that's kind of how I got introduced to Phear. And then I saw you for the first time when I introduced you at the Phoenix. I think that's the first time I ever seen you live,
Yeah.
which was for the, who'd you open up for?
Dead Daisies.
Thank you, the Dead Daisies.
And Hookers and Blow. Hookers and
See,
Blow.
I remember Hookers and Blow.
You can't, how you forget that name?
I couldn't remember what the main act was. And you guys just blew me away live. And we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to talk about how you guys kind of got together. You guys have a really colored background in a good way. A lot of great things have happened in your past before you got together. So I'm going to start with you because I think you're the guy who kind of put it all together, Patrick.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll take you right back. It's before my Eidolon days, and some people may remember Eidolon from Metal Blade with two Drover brothers that played with a small band called Megadeth. But anyways, we played in this band called Eidolon in Metal Blade. And before I played in that band, I was in a band called Rampage with some artists, local artists in Toronto. And we had a little bit of success locally. We had put out a CD. So I left to go be in Eidolon, and that happened for years and years. And then I stopped for about 10 years.
Like, stop playing.
Stopped doing anything, married, kid, I don't know if the right word to say. And then all that, child grew up, everything like that, but I never lost the urge to play. So it was always in my head to keep playing and keep doing it. So I had the guys from Rampage over one night, and we talked about a reunion and stuff like that. And it couldn't happen for everybody because other guys had prior commitments, but I got two guys out of it, the drummer and the guitar player, and we said, let's do something again. Let's see how much gas is left in the tank. And so we started practicing, and then it started going. And so what we did is we just kind of put some stuff out there, and then all of a sudden people heard it and really liked what we were doing. We decided to get away from the name Rampage, so we came up with the name Phear, as you'll see.
What a great name, by the way.
Phear
It's
gear.
all over. That is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Great branding, great colors.
People always think it stands for something like P.H. But it's not. It's one word.
It's Phear.
Who came up with the name, by the way?
I came up with the name Phear with the F,
Right.
which was a 1970s famous on SNL Live punk band, which I completely forgot about. And then the guitar player at the time asked us to, we have to change it, and he just said, let's put a PH on there, so it worked. We had the logo created, and people seem to love the logo.
It's the best logo around. I'm not kidding you. Just like when you see it, and it's not on the picture here, but you sent me some photos where it's kind of like there's color in black and white, and then the corner, the Phear logo in green, stands right out.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's by design, to be honest with you. We wanted something to really jump out. We want a brand, and we often joke about Phear Green, right? Like Kawasaki has its own green. Yeah. We have Phear Green.
Phear Green.
We're trying to get an endorsement with Crayola right now, actually.
Yeah. So, long story short, people really liked what we were doing, and then it started taking off. And it's a smaller world now with the internet, because back when the Eidolon days and stuff like that, we didn't have. It was just starting out.
Right.
So we started hearing from other countries and stuff. So it kind of just grew a bit in leaps and bounds. Now we've had some member changes since and everything like that. But that's kind of the short story on the background on that. Now let Bosch, who came later, tell his story.
Because when I look at this audition for Machine Head Disturbed, you look kind of disturbed, so I can see how you fit in.
I guess I wasn't disturbed enough for them at the time. I don't know.
So tell me about your background, kind of how you connected with Patrick, too.
Well, I mean, I've been in and out of bands all around Toronto, nonstop since I was 14, just constantly looking for the right fit. Found some good matches here and there, and I had just gotten out of a recent local band, feeling a little disheartened, a little bit like, I didn't know what I was going to do. Decided one day, I'll put an ad out on their bass player looking for a band, and literally within a couple days, the former guitar player from Phear contacted me and said, hey, we're looking for a bass player. Sent me the link to Reagan's Dream, the video for Reagan's Dream. And that was the first song I heard, the first video I saw, and I looked, within 30 seconds, I watched this and went, I have to be part of this. I just have to be part of this. And then that was it. And then I think actually it was at my second audition, I just told these guys, I'm your bass player.
So he's really not in it yet? He's still on probation?
They never
He's still on probation.
that I was in. I just told them, so.
So you've always played metal? Correct? Like, do you play an instrument or you sing? Not just sing. I shouldn't say that's a wrong thing to say. You just sing.
I'm a little hurt that you have forgotten that I used to be drummer.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, everyone's been a drummer. That doesn't matter.
I got sick of singers, so I just said I'm doing it.
And you've always been metal?
I've always been the thrash guy. My roots have been like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, that kind of thing. So
tell them where it all started, though.
Tell them where it all started.
The poster on your bedroom wall.
In sync.
No, we're just having this conversation. I was saying that it was actually Michael Jackson. Like when I was like 8 years old, I just saw this like larger than life figure that was just adored by millions, and I would just look at it and go, "Wow, I just kind of want to do that one day."
Right. Yeah.
Not knowing that where I would go, but I mean, again, even when I was like 8, 9 years old, I was like, "Yeah, I just want to be a performer." I just want to do this.
So who does most of your songwriting?
Oh God!
Like all of you together. Let me go with this. Take me through. Like, I understand country songwriting. There's like 20 people in the room. I understand rock songwriting. Usually one or two guys are coming up with melody and maybe a hooky riff or whatever. I like metal. I don't understand when you're writing songs. Is it just something the band comes and throws something together? There's some rhythm, because there's some really heavy rhythms in there, and then you as a singer kind of throw some lyrics in. Do you ever write the lyrics first and say, write something to it? I'm curious to know.
Okay, well, I'll take you the way that we're doing it now with the current lineup. So what we do is Graham and or Bosch and or Pat, the other guitar player, they come up with a song or a riff. Okay, then they bring it to the table. Whereas, like right now for the next album, coming out next year, I hope, Bosch has contributed a song, Graham's contributed 2 songs. And then
it's one time you did something. Maybe you can join the band full time now.
Well, I like the song, so
if I at least get one writing credit in there,
we're considering it. So anyways, they'll bring this to the table, and then once we get that, then we get together as a band, and then Chris will write drum parts and and what we feel, and sometimes it changes a whole bunch of times. So once it's got certain structure to it, I get it. And when I get it, I sit down and I come up with melody. I come up with lyrics. And that's just now. Everybody in the band is open to come up with lyrics and melody. But just the way it's gone so far,
you're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Well, the incarnation of the band right now is actually, because their newest guitar player just joined, I guess, about a year ago now. And we're in the process of kind of figuring out what the writing is going to be like with this.
Right, so still a learning process.
With the band the way it is now, because in previous, with previous members, I know that they talked about it a lot, sitting in a room and just writing kind of organically. But at this point, it's become a situation where like 1 or 2 guys will just demo a song, like the rough versions of a song, bring it to the band, and then we all take it and put our stamp on it.
There, yeah.
And I personally like that format, and I know Graham does as well. And we're trying to find a nice mix between the two.
And Chris is a great drummer too. You know what? I see that. Watching him play, he plays like effortlessly. Like he really does.
He wouldn't tell you that, but
no, but he does, and I'm jealous because he has a cymbal endorsement. So if anything should happen to his cymbals, God forbid, he gets a new one. Unlike some people, but anyway, that's another story. So, but he the feel of your band, the energy when you see your band play, and I want to talk about your vocals. And you said something to me the other day on Facebook after the Striper show, and something I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like people got beyond the growling and all that of the metal, and they're into the melody now. And just kind of what you deliver. And I'm not gonna say you're like Bruce Dickinson because
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite singer.
But man, when you shut your eyes and listen to you, like you drive it like he does. Like you really do. You have the voice, you have the power and the presence, and you're a little heavier than he is, I will say. But
I'm working on it. I mean, it's a lot of pizza in here.
You really deliver that, and for me, because I said like I'm not a metal, like I wouldn't just listen to like thrash metal, but I could listen to your stuff all day long. Like if there's energy, there's hooks, and vocally you kill it. And
well, this band is a very unique.
This interview's over. Thanks for coming. Thanks for
Thank you.
I think this. I totally lost my train of thought. the dynamic of this band is great because it's got so many different elements. It's got very thrashy, heavy music with Pat's vocal style, which is like a higher range, classic kind of metal vocal style over top of it, with very grooving kind of drum beats, and like it's a very nice, like unique blend of musical styles, and I think that's kind of what makes our sound.
I'm going to wrap up this segment. We're going to do another one shortly about signing to a record label and some things that are going on with you. But when you started this, then what was your goal? Because we're going to go to the second part to find out where you're going now.
It was actually...
Like, what was actually, when you got together, did you say, we're just, we want a killer band, we want to play around Toronto, we want to have a good, like, what was your headspace back then?
Well, I wanted to see how much gas we had, but I literally was just, let's have some fun. Let's start. And we still have fun, don't get me wrong. But I wanted to see, let's have some fun. But then when stuff started happening, okay, let's see where it can go. Like, there was two goals. First, it was like, let's have some fun. Let's play live.
It's too much fun.
And then all of a sudden, it's like...
too much fun.
That's like, okay, well, let's make it so people are aware of us locally. And then it's, let's see if people are aware of us internationally. Like, it's still growing in that step. So, I mean, our biggest concern is... Our biggest concern is exposure rate now. I mean, if you're doing this for money, don't.
Right.
But it's exposure, and you need to keep finding ways to get exposure other than playing live, because you can't play live every day because all of us work.
Because you're old.
Yes.
I called him fat and old. I'm surprised he hasn't left already.
That's all right. That's all I did.
I'm just kidding.
Only old here. Up here, no, we're all.
Oh yeah,
18,
the mind of a child in here.
Yeah, we're all kids.
But again, the goals that keep changing. They continue to change. Like you were talking about vocal styles, and just going back to that a little bit is, there's a place for all kinds of metal, because metal's broken off into all these different genres and factions and everything like that. And I'm black deathcore, growly, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's metal's metal, and that's cool. You want to break it off into these groups, and that's cool. But they all seem to have their turn. And right now, I would say, thanks to an 18-year-old book that now just became a movie called The Dirt.
Yeah.
Everybody's discovering the singer again. Right. Not the where there's vocals. And a lot of the bands, I'll use a very heavy band like Opeth, whereas Michael, who I've met a few times, a really super intelligent guy, he's decided not to do the growling vocals anymore, and he just does clean. Right. So even some of those guys that moved into the clean, to talk about a newer band, but I guess not new, of Avenged Sevenfold, started off with the growling vocals, and now use them intermittently, but mostly clean. Right. And they're massive success. So the singer seems to be getting discovered again. The singing, I mean, not the singer, but the
right. Yeah, I get it.
The crooner is back.
But you do a great job, and let's go. Fearband.com, right, is your website, and you can get your music there. Can you get merch there too?
Soon. Very soon. You can
pictures
you
are
can
up.
get the pictures on there.
Come and get it.
Yeah, it's free. Sure.
The pictures of our merch.
Or 10 people come in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on in.
Appreciate it. We're going to get to part 2 in a second. Fearband.com. This is Industry 45 right here on Giant TV. I'm Shane Cristomarino. Stick around. Part 2 is coming up.